Minnesota head coach Tubby Smith. Smith is entering his 6th season with the Gophers and returns 4 starters and 11 letter winners from last year's team. Coach, will go ahead and start with an opening statement and then open up for questions.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Good morning. It's it's another year to see where we are in our program and our team. I like the sound of having 11 returning players. Certainly, we believe we've got a good nucleus to be able to compete with anyone in the Big Ten. So we've got to stay healthy. If we do that, I think we'll have a good chance.
Thank you, Coach. We'll open up the floor for questions. Back left.
Tubby, with Rodney Williams' performance in the NIT, has he turned the corner from great athlete, good player, to consistent player and potentially great player?
I mean, when you put the tag or label great on someone, but Rodney has that capability, and I think he has turned the corner. You know, he did just about everything for us last year, led us in scoring, rebounding, block shots, steals. He was an all-purpose player, and when we switched him to the power forward spot after Trevor Mbakwe went down, and we were trying a lot of different combinations, that's when he really stepped up and became a lot more comfortable playing that role for us. And another thing is he's in great shape, and I think you're right, one of the things he's worked on extremely hard over the last year and prior to last season was his conditioning, and I think, and his strength. And so I see him making that next step to not just being a good player, but being a dominant player for us, and carrying the role of being a leader on the team, not just a great athlete. And I think that's where Rodney has really grown in that area as far as leadership is concerned.
We'll stay back left.
Tubby, with Trevor's legal status being clarified last Friday, can you talk about, explain what his status is with you guys and as you guys go forward into the season?
Well, yeah, Trevor Mbakwe had been, he had a DUI back in the summer, and he had been suspended for a few weeks and had to meet he had some requirements, and that affected another area, and so he's on probation for another 2 years. But through it all, Trevor is a fine young man. I've never had a problem with him on the basketball court, in practice, or any of or in the classroom. He's graduated. He's working on his master's degree. I think with some stability in his life, and now that he's recovering from his knee surgery, there are a lot of things that he had to deal with last year, and I think he has that under control. I think his both mentally and physically, I think he's in the right place. He's a guy that will bring a real inside presence. Last year we struggled rebounding the ball, and Trevor is one of the best rebounders I've ever seen. I know the best rebounder I've ever coached, so so we expect him to step in and contribute. He's looking good in practice. Obviously, icing his knee down before and after practice is going to be very beneficial to him. But he's wearing a brace, but he hasn't had any complications, and he's gone through just about all of our practices full tilt. So at this juncture, he'll be able to step in and contribute. But we're going to bring him along slowly to make sure that his knee is completely healthy.
Up front left.
Tubby, there's a lot of anticipation with the league this year, 5 teams in the top 25. Do you have any thoughts on how many teams would be appropriate for the NCAA tournament if all goes well?
Well, we had, 6 or 7 last year, I would imagine, with the depth and of this team, of this league, of the Big Ten, with so many talented players and so many good teams. We're going to be in a position to have more than we had in the past, I would think, selected to play in the NCAAs. Let's hope we're one of those teams. That's been our expectations going forward this year, and so we're looking forward to putting ourselves in a position, as far as, and that takes winning. So I think the conference is well positioned with all the teams that we have, and I think everybody has really improved themselves, and certainly with Indiana being the #1 seed in the country, and certainly we had 3 teams that were tied for first last year, and all those teams are back with pretty good players. So it's I think you'll see more teams than we've ever had in the NCAA tournament.